Hello, I'm Maria from the Richardson's Homeschool Life. I'm sorry I'm a day late with my video today. The house is upside down, we're doing decorating, and besides from forgetting what day I'm on, everything is just anyhow. As you can see, I'm in a different setting now. I'm down in the bottom of my kitchen. So this is probably going to be my setting for a while because, like I say, we've altered the house around again and it's all upside down at the moment. But anyway, what I'm going to do today is a book review of, first of all, of the last book Sean read when she finished for the summer holidays. And then I'm going to show you what we've got to read for read alouds in the forthcoming school year, which is 22 to 23. So first of all, I haven't got the book with me that we read last because we're in the middle of painting the house out and moving everything around. The book's got put away somewhere. So it was called The Runaway Girls and it was by Jacqueline Wilson. It was a very good book. We enjoyed it. It probably is aimed more at a younger reader, but we still enjoyed the story. It's about the adventure of a girl who was from a well-to-do family and had like nursemaids, and you know, the family had servants and things like that. And she decided one day she got in trouble for melting a doll's face. She didn't do it on purpose. She'd left it in a window ledge. The sun was shining and it melted it. So because she'd got in trouble for that, she decided to just go outside, and the front door was open and she decided to go. She hadn't got the intention to run away at first, but she went outside and got further and further away. And then she ended up going down this alleyway, getting mugged for her clothes, because obviously she wore nice clothes. So she got mugged for them. And then as she was lying there with nothing on, wondering what to do, another girl came along. Now this girl was actually a street girl. And she befriended Lucy, I think her name was. Kitty and Lucy. Lucy was the posh girl, so to speak. So she befriended her, and it was about their adventures along the way. And it ended where they were living on the streets and they got in trouble at one point and they were going to have to go to prison. And so Lucy turned around and said, well, actually, I'm the girl that went missing from so-and-so. And they got in touch with the father and they said, no, she'd been missing a long time. This is an imposter. They never saw her or anything. They just said, no, she'd gone, we'd lost her. So they were going to go to jail because they thought she was lying. So they ran away from the police station. They managed to get away. And they found this circus, which is where they met Madame Adelaide Adeline. And she was a character in some of the other books of Hetty Feather. So that was the character, the surprise character at the end. I've told you now. But yeah, and they managed to get jobs with the circus because they were performing on the streets, because Lucy could sing like an angel and Kitty could do acrobatics and tumble and that. She was used to earning money on the streets. So they joined the circus like that. So yeah, it was quite a good book. It was a nice book, especially for a younger reader. But we did enjoy it. I don't mind reading books for young readers or older readers. If it's a good story, it's a good story, isn't it? So anyway, that was a quick review of The Runaway Girls by Jacqueline Wilson. Now, we had 2 books left in the book box that we didn't read this last school year. And that was these. The Valley of Lost Secrets. That was one we bought her for World Book Day. And Goodnight, Mr. Tom. So we've still got these 2 to read. So we're carrying these forward now to the forthcoming school year. So they're both sort of wartime books. I mean, most people know what Goodnight, Mr. Tom is. About a little evacuee boy who goes to live with this old man and, you know, just tells you the story of how they got on. It's quite a sad ending, that one. And the other one, I've never read this before, but this also is an evacuee from London, and he has to go out to the countryside and it's his adventures. So Sean normally likes books like that because she's into wartime books. Although she's moving towards Mount Everest and explorers at the moment. And her latest thing is mountain biking. You know, she wants to be a mountain biker now. No, but she's interested in mountain biking, so she's looking into that at the moment. Like I say, you leave them to do things themselves and they start going off and looking at stuff and learning about stuff, and sometimes you just wouldn't dream of it. I mean, I'd have never dreamt she'd be into Everest, and definitely not mountain biking. So as long as she doesn't want to start trying all these extreme sports, especially as she's asthmatic. So yeah, anyway, on with the book review. Like I say, those 2 books were carried forward, so we'll be reading them next year. We bought a new one, a Jacqueline Wilson one, the Primrose Railway Children. Now I've got a feeling, looking at the cover, maybe that's going to be a bit on the young side, the story, but I don't know, you can't go by it. And like I say, it could be a really good story. So we've got that one. That's quite a big, thick one. Doesn't really, can't see what it says it's about. Oh, here we go, look. I'll just give you a quick review of what it says. Full steam ahead. Phoebe Robinson loves drawing and making up stories just like her wonderful imaginative dad. When he mysteriously disappears, Phoebe, Perry, Bex and their mum must leave everything behind and move to a small cottage in the middle of nowhere. Struggling to feel at home and missing her dad terribly, Phoebe's only distraction is her guinea pig, Daisy. Until the family discover the thrilling steam trains at the local railway station, and suddenly every day is filled with adventure. But Phoebe still can't help wondering what her mum is hiding from them, and will her dad ever come home? So it does sound quite good, actually. Looking forward to reading that. Got a good old favourite as well, Tom's Midnight Garden. That's quite an old story, actually. I remember reading this years ago. And that says, when Tom is sent to stay at his aunt and uncle's house for the summer, he resigns himself to weeks of boredom. But as he lies awake in his bed, he listens to the grandfather clock chiming in the hall downstairs. 11, 12, 13. 13, Tom races down the stairs and finds outside the back door a wonderful garden, a garden everyone told him didn't exist. Tom's Midnight Garden is full of magic and adventure, and children too. Are they ghosts? Or is it Tom who is really the ghost? So that looks really good. Well, I say it looks really good. I know it's really good because I've read the book years ago and I've seen it on TV. But Sean hasn't, so hopefully she'll enjoy that. We've got another Jacqueline Wilson story, Lola Rose. Lola Rose, that's a mouthful. And on the back it says, my name is Lola Rose. That wasn't always my name. I used to be plain old Janie until my dad lost his temper and things became really scary at home. We had to run away in the middle of the night, me, my mum and my little brother Kenny. Now we're starting again in London with new names, new identities, a brand new life. But escaping the past isn't as easy as I thought, and Dad might find us one day. So that sounds, quite to the bone sort of thing. So we've got that one to read. Now, I haven't bought any more. As you know, on Will Books, I think February time we normally buy a couple for her, which I might let her go and choose in the bookstore this year, I was going to say, this coming school year, which will be next year, February. But I have got her some books. I've invaded my own book cupboard, and I thought it might be nice to do some of the Laura Ingalls Wilder series and have a read of some of them, because it's quite educational as well. It's not like just stories, it's quite educational about the pioneering and things like that. And I think it's quite topical as well, really, because today a lot of people are wanting to go and get that piece of land and, get self-sufficient on it and do things for themselves. It's well, I say topical, but it's becoming, quite a thing. A lot of people are doing it, a lot of people are achieving it, a lot of people are striving to achieve it, and a lot of people are dreaming of it. And so I thought it might be quite good for her to read, and we can sort of discuss things from a history point of view as well as a lifestyle point of view, things like that, as well. And it is good stories as well. Everybody loves Little House on the Prairie, don't they? So I've picked up some books there. So I've got set of 3 here. Little House in the Big Woods. I don't think I need to read the back and tell you what they're all about, because I'd be surprised if there's somebody who's never heard of it. Then there's Little House on the Prairie, followed by On the Banks of Plum Creek. So they're like the first 3 in the series, so I think we'll read them. Then, I'm not sure how many books there are. I keep seeing different ones, and I've had these years. These are my own collection. But I think I am missing some that I couldn't get hold of. Then we've got The Long Winter and Little Town on the Prairie. So all the time she's sort of growing up throughout all these books. This one talks about old Indian warnings and things like that, which I think would be quite interesting. Then we've got the first 4 years. That's obviously when she married Almanzo and they had Rose. So the first 4 years. Yeah, it says here, first 4 years begins with their marriage and tells of their first years together on their homestead on the South Dakota Prairie. And it goes along with all the hardships, disasters, happy days, sad days, things like that. So I am missing a few of these. I haven't got By the Shores of Silver Lake. Obviously I've got The Long Winter, just showed it you, and Little Town on the Prairie there. I haven't got Farmer Boy, and I haven't got These Happy Golden Years. So I am missing a few. So I've got them. But I've also got, I mean, I don't know how many of these she'll read. I've got Little House on Rocky Ridge, and this is the story from Rose's point of view. It's one that Rose, her daughter, wrote. So I've got that one. Now, whether I'll actually get around to reading all these, whether she'll read so many and she won't be so keen on them, or whether she'll get into them and say, oh, you know, I want to read all of them, what happens next? I don't know. Because Sean, I'm a sort of romantic type person, and I'm sort of into all of this thing, families, hardship, survival. That's the sort of person I am. Living a natural life, simple life, although it wasn't simple for them, it was quite hard, but you know, that's the sort of person I am. But Sean isn't like that. Sean's a different kind of person. So I don't know whether she will be into these sort of books. I mean, obviously we'll look at it from a historic point of view, and not just read it, not just do read alouds, but we'll discuss it quite a bit as well. Another book I've got, I don't know whether she'll read it, is a biography. Little House, Big Adventure, Laura Ingalls Wilder, the real life Laura. So I've got that one as well. Now, I don't know whether she'll read that. We might do. It's quite nice because it's got some pictures in. Look, I love looking at the pictures. Do you know, sometimes I've Googled Laura Ingalls Wilder, I looked them up, so I could see what the family really looked like and the places they lived. And I would love to go to America and see her house and see her pa's violin, and you know, I would love to go there. That would be great. That would be one thing I'd love to do. I don't think I ever will. But it would be nice. It would be nice to do that. So yeah, she might read this. So I'm not sure. Out of all of those, because there is quite a pile, they're all Little House on the Prairie books, Laura Ingalls Wilder's books. I'm not sure how many she'll read, but we will definitely start on the 3. We'll start on them when we do come round to them. The Little House in the Big Woods, Little House on the Prairie, and On the Banks of Plum Creek. So I think we'll definitely will do those 3, and then I might let her decide which of the others she wants. So she might want to read them all. She might be quite interested, and you know, next thing I know, she wants to become a pioneer. Who knows with Sean? Or she might start studying it herself. But I thought they'd be good to do. But obviously I'll let her pick a book. So it might not be until next year when she starts these, because she'll pick the others first. Because I don't think, because when I says, oh, we'll read these, she'll go, oh, what did I want to read them for? I says, you'll enjoy them. Every girl's got to at least have read a couple of Laura Ingalls Wilder's books, haven't they? If not, I'll make her sit down and watch all the DVDs, because I've got all them as well. Although they're not as accurate as the books. But yeah, that's the books we're going to be going through. And like I say, we will pick some out come World Book Day. Store them all in a tub down here, look. I'll show you. There you go, look. Nice big tub, and then I just put it under the unit I've got. We'll pull it out when she wants to pick a book. I mean, she might pick to do these first, but I don't think she will. So these probably won't be done till next year, so she's run out of everything else, or they might not get done at all. But if it looks like we're not going to get started on them, I lost the cover of this one. If it looks like we're not going to get started on them, what I might do is incorporate it in a lesson, do a special lesson on it. And I've still got to devise what curriculum we're going to do. I mean, the only curriculum we've ever followed so far is the Key Stage 3 curriculum, but obviously that's coming to an end, as I told you before, and we're going to devise our own curriculum. It's not going to be any national curriculum or anything curriculum that you buy as a package deal. It's things that we're going to discuss together, what she wants to do, and we're going to bring it together as our own curriculum for Sean to do. But we'll let you know about that in a couple of weeks' time, a bit closer to September, when we've got it all finalised what we want to do. But that's the book she's going to be doing anyway. I'm looking forward to reading quite a few of them, Mav. Looking forward to reading Tom's Midnight Garden again and seeing what she thinks to that. And also Goodnight, Mr. Tom. There's a few good books in there, and I always like the Jacqueline Wilson ones. And then, obviously, I'm interested in what she'll see about Little House on Prairie books. And like I say, we'll probably read the first 3 in read alouds. If she's not keen, maybe we'll turn the rest into an extra lesson and pick different read aloud books. We'll see how it goes, but for now they're in the read aloud box, and that's where they're staying. So we'll see how that goes. So that's all the books that she's going to be reading for 2022 to 23, the coming school year. And obviously, like I said, we'll buy some more come World Book Day. So that's it for this week. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm a day late coming with the video. Everything's upside down. We've been moving all the rooms around. We've had some things happen that's caused the rooms to have to be shuffled about. It might mean that some point later on Sean's in a different room for schooling, and I might be filming from a different room. I don't know. We'll let you know as we know what's happening ourselves. But things are all a bit upside down at the moment. So yeah, for now we'll be in here staring at my lovely fridge. So I hope you're all keeping well, and if you're having time off for summer, I hope you're all having a nice time. And next week now we'll come back to you with another video. I'll say Tuesday, but if I forget what day it is or I'm busy, it could end up being the day after. So, you know, if you don't see me on Tuesday, don't be alarmed, just check the day after. I might be there. But yeah, hopefully I'll aim for Tuesday. And we have been on another trip. We went back to Colcabby, actually, where we went last year. I mean, if you want to have a look at that, that'll be in one of my earlier videos, more towards last year. And we've gone back again because we didn't get to see everything last time because all the restrictions were still in place. So not all the rooms were open because you couldn't travel through them safely whilst keeping distances. So it's mainly like certain areas and the work side of things, which I will show you next week. And we'll have a little talk about, because that's going to lead me then into that mystery, which will probably be the week after. So, all being well, that's what we'll be doing. So until then, take care of yourselves, enjoy the holiday time if you're on holidays, and I'll see you next week. Bye.